want to be right here. Serena's going to give us a show. She makes the most gorgeous. Well, so she's going to tell you about herself.
Thanks, Terry. I just want to tell you a little bit about myself, just how I kind of started in sewing. I grew up my younger years sewing. I started 4-H when I was just like 9 or 10 years old, and so I sewed all through 4-H. I took home economics in junior high and high school, and I loved to sew, but it was mostly just clothing making, and then. But I did learn how to quilt from my grandmother, Gertrude Williams, and I remember spending lots of time at her house as a young kid playing under her quilts, as I'm sure a lot of you have. And so that was a lot of fun. And then I went on to Rick's College, and I majored in custom sewing and just minored in secretarial. But so I did a lot of clothing sewing in my early years of my marriage, but then it just got to the point you couldn't afford to make homemade things. It was cheaper to buy, so I kind of quit doing that. But I still love to sew, and so when I continued my quilting skills, I've just enjoyed it through the years, and have. I think the best part of quilting is I'm gonna probably cry because you just build such friendships with those ladies that I go to 2 different quilt clubs, and a lot of them are here today, and I just love them so much, and it's just so fun to learn from them and to just share ideas and things. So I want to start. This is my very first quilt.
Serena, before you start, what's your last name?
Yancy.
Okay.
I'm from Blackfoot.
I didn't even want to write it on.
This is my very first quilt. My mom wanted to teach me how to embroider, and it's ugly. It's so ugly. I don't know why the green, but I think it must have been because that's what she had. So I learned how to embroider, and then I did hand quilt this, my mom and myself. You step forward. Okay, yeah. So it's, my daughter loves green, so she likes it. Oh, I forgot to, this is my daughter, Erica. She's a good friend, Lori. She'll be doing her truck show tomorrow, so I'll be helping her tomorrow. We gotta get rid of them here. And this is one of the quilts I made a quilt for each of my daughters when they got married, and this is Erica's. And she got married quickly. Anyway, so I had 6 weeks. So I did this in 6 weeks, and I did hand quilt it.
Oh my goodness.
But I loved it. I just thought it turned out really pretty. And I really like the wedding ring. Then later, in about 10 years ago, maybe, that we did this, took a class from Carmen Geddes. And so this is another wedding ring, but it's done with let's go to the grid she sells. And so that was a lot of fun too. Shelley Day quilted that one for me. And that one took me about 2 years because I didn't have a deadline. So we'll kick it past you. So I just kind of wanted to show you that.
It's rich in color.
So one of my favorite things is scrap quilts, and I know all of you have tied quilts, but they're so fun because you can look at that fabric like I have a piece of the very first dress I made. This purple.
She's gonna lose her voice.
Just recovering from a cold. So this purple here is the very first dress I made. So it's just fun. It's not a pretty quilt, but it's good for camping and just to put on your bed in the winter.
If you guys can't see, will you let us know? Because we can't hear.
And I forgot to tell you one thing. I have 2 boxes going around. If you'll put your name and put it in the box, we're gonna have a little
I
drawing.
got the microphone.
Am I talking loud enough? Can you?
No.
You can't hear me?
That's why I was lucky enough to get up here so I can hear better.
Okay, this one I made for my mom and stepdad, my stepmom and dad, when they celebrated their 25th wedding anniversary.
Sorry.
So I have there's 10 of us kids. So I had each of who was in that family. I think I'll just try and talk louder. So each one of these represents a family. So this is my sister and all of her kids that were born at that time, and their little handprints with their signature if they could write, and their date of birth, or how old they were, I guess it was. So it's not beautiful, but it's sentimental to me. And since then, she has passed away. So when she passed away, I got it back. So anyway, it was kind of a fun one to do. And this one, I don't know if any of you remember Eunice Fowler. She was a beautiful quilter. She belonged to the Blackfoot Peacemakers quilt. And she taught Lori took this class with me. She taught a block of the month. And so we did, and I love Americana, so I did mine in the Americana. And we just did a block of the month. And then I did hand quilt this one. I always said, I have to tell you, I would never use a machine quilting. It just takes away from the beauty of a quilt. It's not as puffy. And it just doesn't seem as soft. But changed my ways because I don't have the time to do all of them that I enjoy doing and hand quilting. But so that's probably one of the last ones that I hand quilted. And this was just a little raw edge dress and plate that I used with the leftover fabric, just a little wall hanging. And then I love snowmans. And if you were here last year, Linda Sponenberg showed hers too, but her and Marilyn Anderson and I got together and did this one.
I like that.
Can't remember all of a sudden. Snowman. Do you remember? Snowman on Parade.
Kind of reminds me of my church I grew up in.
We just put all of our scraps together and just used our scraps.
People at home need to see.
Oh, I don't know where the middle is.
Right, look, right where that thing is. See the TV? Okay, right there.
Anyway, I love snowmen, so anybody that knows me. And then Linda and I got together and we found this pattern at when they used to do the Quilt Fest in Snake River. So that was really a fun one to do.
You wouldn't be able to quilt without a frame, would you? I mean, you just lay it on the table, but then it's all inside.
It is.
So you could do that.
Do you remember who it's by? If you want afterwards, I'll get your name.
Okay.
And send it to you. I'm pretty sure it's still available. I know it was last year. Pardon me? Primitive. Oh,
Primitive.
this one?
Yeah.
The blue snowman or the first one?
The blue one.
Oh, it's primitive. Yeah.
Okay.
Primitive friend.
Yes. Oh, that's so
I can take your name.
Okay.
And then this is when I get to, this one took me a few years to do, but it was a lot of fun. It's all hand blanket stitched around each one of them. And then this was one for each month. And then Shelley Day quilted that one.
Wow.
I don't have a quilting machine. I wished I did, but I don't have room in my house to have one. So I don't have a basement.
Janet, that's all it's got, it's really
And I do enjoy doing wool and this
I know, right?
repeating
Doesn't
Linda's.
have room,
We're
but he said they're
good friends and get together a lot and do different quilts. I don't know if there's one up or down. But that's, I love to do the wool on the cotton. What did you say about that one?
Wool on
Wool on cotton. And it's, so it's all hand applique on. And then this is one of my favorites too. This is Halloween. And I might have to make another one because both of my daughters are fighting over this one.
Whereas these,
You saw it together.
I'm going to show you all these. This one I just saw on Pinterest and liked it. So I just a little wall hanging. This is just felt, but this the piece is just felt.
the background.
And then I'll just show you a couple more of the snowman, just a little table runner. And this one's by Red Button.
You want to touch it.
And then I do love sunflowers.
Yeah.
So this is just a little table topper.
So I could do something like that sort of.
Yes.
Because I could.
And that one's pink.
And this one I did after Dawn
And you could
Ramirez
just use
did a
it.
class a couple of years ago.
embroider.
Gone to the DI and got an embroidered piece or something. And so this is what I did after that class. Just did the little half inch. Yes.
All those little squares.
I will try. Is that microphone still? It is. I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk as loud as I can, but I'm losing my voice. How do I? Put it around my neck. Okay, is that better? Can you hear better?
Yes. It'll have to be up by your face, in your mouth.
Right on your lip. Right here. Like this is
She's nervous, she's really shaky.
Okay, I told you I enjoy. Oh, that is way too loud. That's awesome. I enjoy Americana, so I made this little flag from yo-yos. And that was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's the one.
And then there was a bunch of us in our little cell group that did this flag. The wool on cotton.
Oh,
That's sassy. Yeah, that's sassy.
And then this was one of those twisty. And I attempted, my very first attempt to quilt it by myself on my machine. And it's horrible, but it reminds me that's why I paid a quilter. And then I love all of I'm not sure, if this was a pattern, I don't know if this one was actually whatnot. I like table toppers. And this was just it's just a scrap. I have things everywhere, just the tumblers. And then I think it was last year, or maybe the year before, that Terry did this bullseye class. And I loved hers. So there was 2 or 3 of us that got together and did this. And it also kind of, Rhonda Walker had taught the class on low volume fabrics. And so that's kind of what we did in the background.
And what is that one called?
It's a bullseye. They have the book here. Annie's, Aunt Amy. They do have the book, I know, because I've checked it out before. And then this one is the cathedral, where I was going to make a quilt. This is my quilt. It's a lot of work, but it's fun to do, but very time consuming. So it ended up just being a little table runner.
A whole quilt would be.
Oh, and then this is just another one of those little whatnots, and this is one of my favorites. It's the wool on the cotton. And I forgot this one too.
Oh, that's cute.
This one just hangs on the wall that I just put on it, but then this comes off and so you can change. And so I have one for each month.
Oh, that's cute.
That one was kind of a fun one to do.
Stick on yourself.
You walk around.
That's a base, it's a buttermilk basin pattern.
Just don't know how to do it. I gotta get the camera.
Yeah, just don't go.
Just doing the water, it took me forever, let alone 12.
Okay. And, I make a quilt for each of my grandkids when they turn 8. And this one was for Erica's daughter, Paige. And she, when she was looking through my fabric, trying to decide what she wanted, she says, "I like this one. It makes me happy." And it's called Happy Go Lucky by Bonnie Cavill. So I had that fabric, and when I bought it, of course I didn't know what I was going to do at the time. Bought way too much fabric. Have you ever done that? And then it just seems like it grows and grows and grows, and it has babies. And so then I made a quilt retreat quilt.
Oh, that's cute.
And I love the minky on the back. It's sewing stuff. So that's fun. Then I still had more. So I made my ironing carrier, and this folds out. It makes an ironing mat. And then this idea I got from Lori. She at one of our retreats. She was making some of these. She calls them a possibility bag. And I just keep it in my car. There's stuff to eat, bandages, toothbrush. So if I forget any of those things, there's flashlights. So that's kind of fun.
Anna said online with Erica Arndt. Oh, yeah. Is that how you say
I
it?
think.
The Confessions of a Homeschooler, free pattern.
Erica.
Confessions of a Homeschooler. Look her up. You might go with Erica.
I still have more. So I made my sewing mat that I stick under my sewing machine when I sew in the pockets. I took this class from Carmen Geddes. So she taught us how to do the picot edges and then the piping on the binding.
And did you use her fabric where you sew or put all
Her
the
grid.
squares on and yeah.
Yes, her square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still have more, so I made a little doll quilt that I'm gonna donate to the Black Peacemakers does doll quilts at Christmas. And I made a pin cushion. And I made just a little project bag and scissor holders and a foot to put on your foot pedal so it doesn't slide. And then I made a bunch of these little things that you put around your cords to kind of keep it all together. And I made a bunch of just trivets. You can put, it has the hot heat stuff inside that you put on your table to put hot plates on. And did everybody get their name?
To put a bowl.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm doing someday. You should see my house is such a
Who doesn't have
I got
their name
stuff
in
spread
yet?
everywhere.
Okay, you have a little drawing here.
Well, I know some.
So anyway, just things to keep growing and growing, and I'm now tired of it. I still have 3 or 4 brand new back corner packets, and then I just put some of the leftover fabrics. So, and everybody's names yet. We're gonna draw for visiting. You can do something. It's fun fabric. It does make you happy, but I'm tired of it.
I love these ideas. Plus my guest bed is all covered with fabric and stuff. The projects I want to do.
This is another Mongol. Oh, did I show you the actual Mongol? Mongol bag that I made? That one's the fun. You're gonna cost your stitch your giggles. And I like that bag. It's a nice big bag. But this fabric, my mom died when I was 5, and I got a lot of her clothing. And this was just one of my favorite dresses of hers. And it had got ripped, in the armpits, but it was still there. And I love the fabric, so I thought I want to make something out of that to remind me of her. That was fun. Yes.
Do you have a pattern for your
So does she, what does she do?
I do.
Just
Will you show us how it works?
come on Sunday
Yes.
because
I have an extra one that I'm going to give to somebody. And our quilt club this year, instead of doing UFOs, she called it
that's cute.
time out corner. What is it?
Find the buttons.
TOC, so time out corner. And so we're supposed to be going through our projects that we're trying to get done. And I already have an ironing board thing, so I don't need this. So one of you ladies will get it. Kathy? Pierce? Priest? Kathy Priest? And you wanted to see this, so it just buttons up on the sides. And then it opens up. Oops.
He's waiting for food. It's still going. It doesn't throw steam right out of it. I just don't want it.
It's got the heat, kind of the heat fleece stuff, what it's called, and then it has this piece of ironing stuff. And then also that.
The Mondo bag is a pattern from the Carmen, yeah, Ten Sisters. 10 Sisters, Carmen Geddes. And so it's done with her grid.
If you Google it, I think you could find it.
Yeah, if you go to her website, it's on her website, the 10 Sisters.
There's lots of them on.
10 Sisters. Okay, and then I was gonna, oh, the salaries. Are all of the names in there? For both boxes? Okay, you lucky person. I want you to just have a big smile when you're making your project out this. This is, Aileen Rudd. Doesn't look like a lot, but I think there's some you can do something with that. And it just grows babies every night. Something else I love to do is make Levi quilts. And I make one for each of my nephews when they get married. And so I'll give them most of them away that I made. But this was one that I couldn't part with. It's a circle. So you cut out a circle and then you put a charm pack in the center of it. And then fold, stitch the two together and then fold them back.
What is it called? What's the technique?
Google circle quilt.
Circle quilt, so I will. Yeah, circle. And then so it's quilted as you go.
We got a whole bunch of Levi's. I still think someday maybe.
It just has the little square value with the charm pack. And my husband and I used to have a Harley motorcycle and gave that up a few years ago, but I made this for him for Christmas one year. And I should say, I just pieced it because Emily Day did all of the embroidery for me. And then Shelley did quilted it for me, but it's kind of a fun one. It brings back lots of fun memories with Donna. I miss those days. Every time I see somebody on their motorcycle now, I think, oh, I wish that was me.
She loved night shirts.
And which I love sunflowers. And Erica saw this on Pinterest and she sent me. I'm not, is she hinting? Does she want this? So I made this for her birthday last year.
Yeah.
No, I just, well, I'm sure you can find, I just looked at the picture on Pinterest and just figured it out.
And that's denim from Levi's.
It's old denim. Yep. I have boxes. And then this one I made about 5 years ago. My dad passed away. And these are all his pajamas. And a couple of his shirts, but these plaid ones are his pajamas. And if you know those rag ones, they shred a lot, but that was a fun memory. And I made two others that I gave away at our salary.
Yeah, and they're exposed, so
And then this is
they
a
ravel out.
homespun fabric with the denim. Sorry, ladies, I didn't get your way. So I like to use that because it saves me a little bit of money to denim. And I think they're fun camping quilts. That's what they're for. And I made this one last year for one of my nephews, and my other daughter, Serena, said, I want that one. So I made another one. She likes the look of it. This is just cotton. back's flannel, but the front's just cotton. Okay, and then one year Linda and I got into frivels. And these are so fun because they turn this.
Not when you don't finish them.
I bought 8 of them. Too many. I only got 3 done. So one of you are going to get one of these.
Oh, you see me.
So you can have it in your own finish file. So, but they're fun because they came in this cute little box. And so it has all the fabric for the top. You do have to buy fabric for the backing. And I think it has this, I can't remember if it has it for the binding or not. And then it has another little pattern. There's usually enough left over to do a little table topper or some little thing. So anyway, put this one away. You guys are helping me with my TOCs. I'm finding a new purpose for them. Cheryl?
Russell, maybe?
Cheryl, Russell? Anyway, this is the first one that we made.
Yeah, that's the one I started.
This is what it looks like.
I thought they were fun. There was one of them that I had to make some problems with. I think it's Fribbles. Fribbles. F-R-I-B-O-L-S. So I only have 3 of them done, but I'm gonna get there one of these days. I just retired a couple of years ago, so now I'm being able to sew a little bit more. This one is the snail's trail. And I got a lot of this fabric, and 3 or 4 of the blocks were done from a Chinese auction at one of our quilt guilds. And I just love it. I love the scrappy plaid stuff.
Snail's trail, what did I say? Did I say that?
Oh,
Okay.
Snail's trail. And then this is another homespun one that was just fun. The pattern was just in a quilt magazine. Nope. You can't see it? Oh, the library can't find the book. This is one of my favorites. I just love this one. Leslie Stevens, if you know, maybe you know her, taught this class. It's the pineapple, it's paper piece.
You and me should hang out a lot more often.
And that's a little thing for
This is one I just did last year. That's a Kindle. That's one of my favorites. I was really happy with how it turned out.
Oh, that's pretty.
I retired from Hawker Funeral Home. I worked there for 29 years. Yep, worked with Perry. It was a good job, but and this one is a class that Lori and I took at Quilt Fest, and it's called Link to the Past. And it's the Bonnie and Jill.
I like that.
Which I
really pretty.
found out I must really love because I have a lot of quilts in this fabric. But it was probably one of the harder ones I did. each piece had to be labeled and numbered so that we got it in the right spot. But it was fun. It was fun to do. My 8-year-old granddaughter picked this one out for when she gets married. She's got a few years, so it may change by the time she gets married. But that's for right now. It's good.
Try yours out by hand before you start learning.
Not a pattern, you know, it tells you what to do.
So to put your trunk show
But I
together, did you have to
think
go
like
around with
Brandon's
family and
doing
friends
this
and
one.
collect all of these?
He's
Or
laid
are
it
they
out with
stored
some
at your
sand,
house
he
for
laid
later?
it out in
I
different
do have quite a few
patterns
stored
to
at my
kind of
house
see how
for
it
later,
looks.
but I did get a few back
You know,
from
they've got
my
some of it,
daughters.
and sometime when you're over and he's around, I'll have.
And this was
I'll have
leftover
show it
block
to
for
you.
usually back once here.
They'll do a really good job, of course, the last time, 12 or whatever, now this
But I won these blocks at our Stitching Giggle
he's been working on it for
group.
years.
And
So,
about 4 years before that time, we had started doing a block of the month
don't see
block.
that often.
And so I combined the two together to make this good one. Because these were some of my original ones, and then these were some that each one of the club members made 2 blocks that were the same. And then we auctioned one, or we had a drawing at the Quilt Fest.
You just don't see that often.
And then this is another sunflower one that I love. This was kind of fun because I went on a shop hop and I just bought a piece from each shop as I went along to put it together. So that was kind of fun. It was just in a magazine. The quilter did not like me for that. But she did a great job. It's even. And then this one I did the fabric on a shop top, and then Susan let me borrow the pattern. And I did this at one of my quilt retreats. I think it's called Flower Garden. Then this one, I had to do a book report for our Blackfoot Peacemakers. And like I said, I had come to that class that Rhonda Walker taught last year on the low volume fabric. And so I did that for the background. And it's kind of like Terry's bullseye that she had showed, but this is actually kind of Dresden. It's called Love Ring. That one was fun and went really, and it's just rag edges. Actually, pattern was folded under. I ragged it. I decided I wanted to get it done. This is a turning 20. It's called Butterflies and Bows.
That's cute.
And that one was that's with the Soul Mama fabric. I think that's what it's called.
You mad?
Great. This is one we did last year, Jelly Roll Challenge.
It is.
These are 2.5 inch blocks. So it's the jelly roll. And the actual block is what you want to know?
No, I was just like, well, you make these for your grandkids for their weddings, are they?
Oh, I just pick what I like and they pick.
I like that.
So it might be a twin or it might be a queen. I have only made, I think, one king size one. And then this is another one I took a class from Carmen. And this is a retreat. And it was a mystery quilt. So I didn't know what it was gonna turn out like. I had just I think a layer cake is what I used. This is another, I really love this pattern, but it's another Bonnie and Camille fabric that I love. I can't remember the name of the pattern, I'm sorry. If you really like it, I can take your name after and text you the information.
How many years of work are you showing?
Well, from the very beginning, that was when I was 15, that ugly green quilt. And 60. So 40 some years, 45 years. This is called Block Party. And this was also a Carmen Getty's class with her thread.
Enjoy them. Because they don't.
And I made this one for my friend Viola when she retired from the funeral home. It's one of my favorites. And it was in a book, and I'm sorry I forgot to look that one up to see what the name of that one is. This is called Line Dry. It's a coriander.
Does it do it more dry?
Few, like
I have to really learn that. Mine's finally have the book together. There's no more.
It's called Lines Dry.
Line Drive.
L-I-N-E-D. Dry.
But I noticed
It's a coriander.
bobbins that my under thread's not looking.
This is kind of out of my
So there must be
realm a little bit, but it was an applique.
Oh, I love that.
So everything's not the same as it should be.
That was the Abbey Lane
That's really.
pattern.
But when I wind my bobbin, I have to use my
I
finger. to
machine
hold it
applique
back
that.
or else, and then
It's a raw edge.
going on one side more. So I'm trying to make these and then I
True characters coming out of
Lazy.
but I hate to start with another machine. I want
A
to
boutique.
do something simple that I can run. Because I bought one in a jewelry night, but it was all.
I collect also one of the shop tops too. I just bought a couple of pieces.
I took my jewelry but she doesn't know where the video is and the book is to run it.
Yes.
She says, you're gonna have to show me. I said, I can't.
It's all boutiques but the black.
So.
Black is the white.
Oh, no, the white.
The white and black.
The white and black are just.
It's neat. And that colors, though, I'm not even thinking about.
And this is one that I was going to take this class at the Quilt Fest, and then COVID came along and ruined all of our great plans. But I got the pattern from her online, and Lori probably see her version tomorrow. I just wanted to use up some of my Kansas trouble.
When you guys all do these things together, do you all do different colors? Or
Usually, yeah, we usually just use our own choice of fabrics. I don't remember what Lori.
Mine's all
That's
Kimfield.
my grandma made.
You get together and
much
sew them together, or you just.
We do.
Right, you both
We
space.
get together once a month.
I guess because you can use the machines now, you can really fancy them up.
This was a
I mean, I love the one.
block of the month online.
The way the back
with
This was a
free
really
pattern
cool.
from Craftsy,
I like that one.
but you bought the kit.
I bought the kit.
You'll see mine tomorrow.
Yeah, I bought the kit. But it was like a 6 or 7 month. So long type thing.
Mine's totally different. Craftsy no longer is around. Craftsy went away.
Got the pattern from Craftsy online, but they're no longer. But I used to have the pattern, I think.
It was a free pattern, so this one is just all my scraps. It's got Kansas trouble. Might have some. This was another one of Carmen's.
I think
I think that's when she first started. It was called
I was gonna say, otherwise.
She called it Smart Quilt when she first started. And so it would, these are, you sew these with her little Kellogg pieces. It's called Black Eyed Susan.
You can still get stuff from Quilt Smart, but
Yep.
Carmen just.
She's not doing it. I don't think they have it anymore. That's why there's so many short ones.
Same old sisters, you know.
that. Flippers. His wife's
I didn't know how many quilts to
show.
Sorry, I do still have just a few minutes, so
This is one of the first ones that I made. It was a barn star. Is that what you said it was, Lori? Where you cut all the buggy barn. So it's an old. I love the
Looks like the trail
Kansas
is
troubles.
tumbling.
So a lot of my quilts are in that, or the Kindle. That was a fun one to do. I did a hard one that I gave to my niece. I didn't like that one at all because it didn't come out right at all.
You always give the lines away, don't you?
it was still pretty. I got it done, but bad memories. Didn't want it around. Okay, in our quilt club, the Stitching Bugles, we usually do a mystery quilt each year. And I have kind of a love-hate relationship with mystery quilts. I love doing them. This is so fun. You just get a tidbit each month, a part of the pattern, and you sew that together. And then sometimes it takes 5 or 6 months, or sometimes it will take the whole year. And so each month you're putting a little piece of this puzzle together. But when you're choosing your fabric, you have no idea what it's gonna really look like. So that's the part that I kind of don't like sometimes, but I love doing them. And this was when Leslie Stevens did. This was one of our first ones. And then this one, Linda and I put all of our scraps together. This was the never-ending quote. But I like it. Sorry, I forget over here.
That doesn't matter if you mix it. That's what I needed.
And this one
Except
is another mystery quilt. And these squares were given to me by a lady in our quilt group, Jenny Thomas. She had all these cut up into 2-inch pieces, and she decided she didn't like it, so she gave it to me. So I decided to use it on my mystery quilt. And I do love just scrappy. I just think it's fun. You think, oh, this is not going to go together, and then you put it together and it usually ends up looking okay. Okay, this is one of those where I wished had I known what the design was going to be, I would have chosen a little bit different fabric in the center because you don't really see that very well. But it was fun to do. So 1 month was just, this block. 1 month was doing the 4 squares. 1 month was doing the flying geese. This is one that we just did last year. It's one of my favorites. I have a whole tub just of my baby blankets, but I'm out of time. So, but I did. You can show that one week if you want. They want to see them. I'll just hurry. I made a Minky quilt feature my grandkids one Christmas, and then the next year they wanted the son-in-laws and the daughters wanted one, so I ended up making
What you bought, yeah. It's so nice. Get it all kept around me and not move. So I put my heating pad on my back and I put left over on me. Somebody says something,
On the Minky.
get it yourself.
On the Minky, you spray on that particular pattern, you spray it.
spray, and I just,
It's cool as you go.
I did, it is quilt as you go, and I did start at one end and do the same end each time. This is a baby quilt for
I'm giving this one
Serena's
away.
daughter. The pages, she won't like that. This was pages, and I got this pattern on the shot front. The Shelley, what was the Annalise used to work there. I can't remember her name, but Ribbon Retreat. That was fun.
That's what it's at. I like it.
Oh, that's.
Imagine.
And then I used my leftover triangles. This one, Linda and I made this one. It's called Dilly Dally. This one I made for Piper. Erica picked up this fabric. I just got it done last year and she's 8. I did make her another baby blanket, but this is fabric that Erica picked out.
Oh, how cute.
I love bears. I have a collection of bears. This one's hand quilted. I think most of these baby ones are hand quilted other than that. Anyway, that's all I have, but I do have just a couple more drawings. Have this.
That's all she brought.
Yeah. This is for my drawing.
Pauline Wixom.
Hey, Pauline. She's in my book, and so really and then I just made some hot pads.
Jacqueline Whitworth. Paloma Bauer.
A couple of things. Jenna says that Craftsy got so many complaints